2019 Hyundai Santa Fe. The market has spoken, and crossover SUVs are the new family sedans. With massive growth in nearly every segment of the business and more models to compete against, designers have their knives out and are taking more chances to gain buyers' attention. The latest example? The 2019 Hyundai Santa Fe, which has gone from last year's rounded and somewhat predictable, if pleasant, appearance, to this decidedly edgier, more piercing look. With its prominent cascade grille and unusual split, two-piece lighting, the main headlamps are the larger lower LED units, the Santa Fe is no shrinking violet. That confidence carries over to the design's profile, where it has strong fender forms, a prominent character line that runs from nose to tail, and a window line that tapers less dramatically than the third-generation model that precedes it. The new model isn't just more tech-forward in appearance, it's that way inside, too. High-end iterations of the midsize SUV will receive an 8-inch touchscreen with Hyundai's latest AVN 5.0 infotainment tech, which unsurprisingly includes Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The new hardware includes Blue-link telematics with Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant voice recognition skills, along with select smartwatch functionality. Even lower-end models receive Apple and Android mirroring support, albeit with a smaller 7-inch screen. In fact, there are lots of screens inside. Hyundai's excellent 8.5-inch full-color head-up display is optional, and upper trim models are available with a 7-inch Supervision multi-function gauge cluster screen. Other new bits of cabin tech include a novel ultrasonic sensor-based rear seat occupant alert system that honks the horn, flashes the lights and pings the driver's spared cell phone if a child or pet has accidentally been left in the rear seat. Other nice-to-haves include an optional 360-degree camera, Qi wireless charge pad and driver attention warning system. On my brief first drive of the new Santa Fe around the bustling streets surrounding Seoul, I had a good amount of time to focus on many of those new features, especially from the passenger seat, and Hyundai continues to be particularly strong on intuitively organized and well-executed infotainment tech. Given the often traffic-clogged road conditions and the fact that I was driving a Korean-spec Santa Fe with a 2.0-liter diesel engine not destined for North American dealerships, my actual dynamic drive impressions were somewhat limited, but the experience I came away with was very promising. The 2019 Santa Fe rides atop a new platform with a longer 108.9-inch wheelbase, and it's actually slightly longer and wider overall than today's two-row Santa Fe Sport, although it keeps the same overall height, which helps it look a bit lower and better planned visually. That added size is in part because the Santa Fe will now be available with optional just-in-case third-row seating, not unlike the Nissan Rogue or Mitsubishi Outlander. A hybrid model is expected in a couple of years, but even in the here and now, Hyundai has thrown us a welcome curveball. They're bringing over a 2.2-liter turbo diesel, the first engine of its kind that Hyundai has ever sold in the US. The engine, which will be available in early calendar 2019, will deliver around 200 horsepower at 3,000 revolutions per minute and an estimated 320 pound-feet of torque at 1,750 revolutions per minute, making it the engine of choice if you want to tow anything. Interestingly, it's also the only engine you can get with the aforementioned three-row seating arrangement. Fuel economy figures have not yet been released. With Hyundai only having revealed the new Santa Fe earlier in the day, it's understandable that they did not yet have a market representative model for me to assess. Ergo, my drive took place in a Korean-spec all-wheel drive model with a 2.0-liter diesel engine that's not even an option for US and Canadian customers. As things like suspension settings and tire choices can vary from market to market, I'll largely limit my commentary to areas of performance that I think will translate to models headed to our shores. For starters, the 2019 Santa Fe's interior feels markedly more polished and upscale than its predecessor. It's not just evident in premium touches like heated and cooled front seats, with extending bottom cushions for the longer-legged, or the availability of features like wireless charging or a 630-watt, 12-speaker Infinity surround sound audio system with Krell speakers. It's in the cabin's nicer materials, including its leather light-wrapped dashboard, woolen textured headliner and satin chrome trim. There are some lesser plastics located out of arm's reach, and few buyers will confuse this with the product from a premium brand like Hyundai's own Genesis, let alone Audi or Mercedes-Benz, but it's still a very nice place to be. Interestingly, Hyundai has chosen to stick with the traditional mechanical gearshift lever instead of a trendy e-shifter like so many of today's rotary, stock and button-based solutions. It's the right call. The gimmick-free shifter operates intuitively and its action feels good. The 2019 Santa Fe is also airier inside, no matter if you're sitting in the first or second rows. Part of that is a function of this fourth-generation model's larger footprint, but an equal part is attributable to the more expansive greenhouse, which includes relocated side mirrors. The old Santa Fe's window line had a pretty dramatic upsweep from the second row back, and the net effect is that those in the cheap seats could feel a bit more confined. Hyundai is claiming best-in-class second-row legroom, as it is touting the ease with which those seat backs can be folded forward to have access to the optional third row. In practice, I still found getting into the way back seats to be an awkward exercise. That my 5'9" frame did fit back there is something, and it would be tolerable for short distances. Hyundai is being forthright when it says the two third-row perches are for occasional use. The Santa Fe's compartment on its 19-inch 235/55 Hankook Dynapro HP2 all-season rubber was solid, with good noise isolation and a well-disciplined ride, erring appropriately on the side of comfort over athleticism. Despite its more aggressive appearance, this sport utility emphasizes the latter over the former, and that's right in line with customer expectations. Despite having been around since 2013, Hyundai steadily updated the departing Santa Fe Sport with a cache of advanced driver assist systems like intelligent cruise control, automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection, lane departure warning, dynamic headlighting, and so on. This new model adds some incremental new safety features to the pile, including a new rear cross-traffic alert system with auto emergency braking and a new safe exit assist feature that prevents doors from being opened into the face of oncoming traffic, be it of the 2- or 4-wheel variety. Until its pricing and fuel economy figures are released, it won't be clear how good of a value the new Santa Fe really is. But with its unmistakable and dramatic new look, the 2019 Santa Fe will get its fair share of attention from consumers. And with its newly refined cabin, long list of safety and tech features and surprising powertrain diversity, it seems unlikely to give up its position as Hyundai's best-selling SUV.